Hi everyone! Welcome to our live class. I'm so excited to be here with you this week, and all should be well. So, this week we're going through our basic and native pair, which is see you later versus catch you later. And we'll post the new material tomorrow, and it'll be another phrasal verb week, which is exciting. Our phrasal verbs, as you know, we do our cartoon drawings, so you'll get another round of those. Hello, Mr. Park. Thank you so much for joining, and glad to have you here. And then after our next week, which is our phrasal verb week, we'll have another cheat sheet. And this time we'll do the American restaurant cheat sheet, which is a real restaurant where you sit down at the table and there's a host stand and everything, and you order food and go through the whole process and everything that you say at an American restaurant. So I'm excited to get into that. In the meantime, one quick announcement. So if you are a new member and you're not in the Kakao Talk chats, then just remember that we do have two different Kakao Talk chatting rooms, one announcement room and one open chat room, because we do have members who are not in the chats, but they're totally optional. Just want to make sure you're aware of those, and the information on how to join the chats is in the membership tab of the YouTube, and we'll keep posting it just so you can find it. So with that, let's go into our first phrase, and then we'll also, as usual, end with our words of the day. So we posted 2 today. I apologize for the delay of the first one, but I think that this week's words of the day are some of the most common and some of the most important ones that we've done so far. So I'm excited to go through those. All right, let's jump into our worksheet. Perfect. So we have see you later versus catch you later. Now, see you later is a basic phrase, right? It's something that I'm sure that you've learned in school and that you've heard a lot. But catch you later is very similar, not exactly the same. So by the end of the lesson, you should know very well how to use each phrase. And as usual, we'll do some shadowing so you can practice speaking out loud today and then practice your pronunciation to help it sound more like mine, since I'm a native speaker. So, what are the main differences between see you later and catch you later? So, they're both ways to say bye, right? You're leaving, you're saying goodbye. That's what they're both used for. But the situations are not always the same. So, see you later is the most general. So, you can just say it as a general goodbye. However, if you don't plan on seeing that person again, like you might not see them for a really long time, it's a little awkward to say see you later, right? Like you can say it, but it feels weird because you're not seeing them again. And then catch you later is a little bit more casual. It's quite casual, so you can use it with friends or family, or you can even use it with colleagues. It's okay to say it to someone in the workplace, but as long as they're not really like farther above you, you know? So like if you're talking to an executive, your manager, it could be a little bit casual. So American workplaces, I think, are maybe a little more casual than in Korea. So even in talking to like your direct manager, if you're close, saying catch you later is probably fine. And it's also okay with a group of colleagues, but see you later is neutral. So it can be a little more formal or casual. Catch you later feels casual. Okay, so here's our other nuances. So with see you later, if you definitely will see someone soon, it's much better to say see you later because you're seeing them again, right? You know you're seeing them soon, and so see you later is very natural. But catch you later, it's more of an open-ended bye. It's really closer to just saying, okay, bye. So if you don't have plans to see them again soon or ever, maybe you see someone and you're not sure if you'll ever see them again, then catch you later is kind of open-ended, right? Like, okay, catch you later. Maybe I'll never see you again, so I'll catch you later. But it's still okay to say catch you later if it's someone you'll probably see again, but you just don't know when, right? So let's say you are at the end of a work dinner and you just want to say bye to everyone. You can say, okay, bye everyone, catch you later. Like, you'll probably see them tomorrow, but you're saying bye for the night, so it's still okay to just be like, okay, catch you later. And in that situation, though, you can also say see you later. So hopefully that was clear, but as usual, let's go through our examples to practice and really get them down. So let's see, this is the biggest it is. Hopefully this is big enough and you can see it, but let's go through our example sentences here. So in these situations, it's really okay to say either one, see you later or catch you later. So let's do shadowing. So I'm going to say the first one, we'll do see you later, repeat, and then we'll practice faster with catch you later to do both. Ready? Repeat after me. All right, I'm heading out. See you later. All right, I'm heading out. Catch you later. And as you probably know, when we speak really fast, instead of you, we actually say like ya. Catch you later. See you later. Catch you later. All right. Next one, please repeat. Okay, class is over. See you later. Okay, class is over. Catch you later, everyone. So here they're both just used as a general goodbye, right? We're done. We're all leaving. We might see each other soon, but catch you later. We don't know. Okay. So next, these are situations where see you later is better. So if you're definitely seeing someone soon, it's more natural to say see you later, right? And that's these examples. So repeat after me. I'll be home around 6 tonight. See you later. I'll be home around 6 tonight. See you later. Next, please repeat. Are you coming home tonight? Yes, I'll see you later. Are you coming home tonight? Yes, I'll see you later. And I actually want to add one thing that I'm thinking of that's not in the worksheet, but the feeling of catch you later, it's casual and it almost feels not close enough to say to someone who's really close, like a family member or a husband or wife. Saying catch you later feels a little bit too distant. It's really better to say to a friend, to a colleague, or to an acquaintance. Now, you can say catch you later. It's not wrong. It just feels more natural if it's someone really close to you to say see you later. Because you also know that you're seeing them again really soon, right? See you later. Catch you later feels like it adds a little distance, even though it's casual. Okay. And then last, these are our examples where it's better to say catch you later. It fits the situation better. So repeat after me, please. It was great seeing you again. I'll catch you later. It was great seeing you again. I'll catch you later. So in this situation, when someone kind of says, it's great seeing you again, it implies that you haven't seen them in a while. You're not that close to them, so you might not see them again soon. So catch you later, it's more just kind of a friendly way to say goodbye. It was great seeing you again. I'll catch you later. It's just an open-ended catch you later. Last one, repeat after me. Take care, man. Catch you later. Take care, man. Catch you later. So we added the man because it feels casual, right? It's just an acquaintance. So this one's a little more formal, actually. It was great seeing you again. That's very polite. Catch you later versus take care, man, catch you later. So these are both, catch you later is informal, but again, you can still use it with like colleagues and in more formal situations sometimes. Okay. So let's go on to our examples. And I hope this one's not too confusing because that is the nature of basic and native, because they're similar phrases, but we don't always use them at exactly the same time. So that's the whole point of our worksheets. All right, so let's go through these and we'll do shadowing and I will explain each one. So our first one here, I just have to stop by the post office, then I'll be back. So I'll see you later, right? This person's going to the post office and then they're coming back, so you'll probably see them again very soon. So it's more natural to say, I'll see you later. Let's shadow. I'll just have to stop by the post office, then I'll be back. So I'll see you later. Let's do it really fast. I just have to stop by the post office, then I'll be back. So I'll see you later. Right. Kind of easy, but long sentence, right? All right, next one. It was nice seeing you again after so long. I'll catch you later. So this is similar to the example we did earlier, where it was nice seeing you again after so long. There's some distance there. You haven't seen the person in a while. Sounds like you might not see them again soon, right? It's like you just happened to see them. So catch you later. It's open-ended. General goodbye. So let's practice. Repeat after me. It was nice seeing you again after so long. Catch you later. It was nice seeing you again after so long. Catch you later. All right. Next, I'll be home around 5 tonight. See you later. So I'll be home around 5. That means I'll see you tonight at 5 o'clock. So I will definitely see you later, right? And see you later is more natural. And it's probably someone in your family if you're seeing them at home. So the see you later feels a little closer in this situation, not always. So repeat after me. I'll be home around 5 tonight. See you later. I'll be home around 5 tonight. See you later. Such a casual way to end a conversation, especially if you're talking to someone on the phone, like your spouse, your wife, or your husband. All right. Next. All right, everyone, I'll head out now. And we've already covered heading out, right? It just means you're leaving. All right, everyone, I'll head out now. See you later or catch you later are both totally fine in this situation. So this implies that it's at the end of a meeting, at the end of some type of a thing, and you're going home, you're leaving. Maybe you're not coming back. Maybe you'll see them at the office tomorrow. Maybe you'll never see them again. Very general. In this situation, both sound totally fine and natural. So let's shadow and let's do both. We'll do see you later first and then catch you later. And let's do it really fast because it's a short sentence. Repeat after me. All right, everyone, I'll head out now. See you later. All right, everyone, I'll head out now. Catch you later. The mood is very similar with the see you later and catch you later. See you later is just neutral. Catch you later sounds a little more fun, a little more casual. All right. So next is see you later, I'm heading to lunch. Or catch you later, I'm heading to lunch. It's very similar actually to number 4 because it's just kind of a general way to say bye. I'm heading to lunch, so I'm leaving, I'm heading out now. And in this situation, maybe they're coming back soon. Maybe you won't see them again. very general. So in a situation like this, it feels normal to just use either one. Let's do it really fast again since it's short. Repeat after me. See you later. I'm heading to lunch. Catch you later. I'm heading to lunch. Perfect. Good job. So next, and if you have any questions, then feel free to pop them in the chat. So next, thank you for your time today, Professor. See you later. So the reason that we have see you later in this one is you're talking to a professor, so this person is definitely in a more senior type position, and catch you later might feel a little too casual in this situation. Now, I would say that catch you later isn't wrong, but it feels a little casual. See you later is a bit more respectful, and it's a bit better. So, let's shadow. Repeat after me. Thank you for your time today, Professor. See you later. Thank you for your time today, Professor. See you later. Perfect. All right, 2 more. Well, it was nice to run into each other and catch up. Catch you later. So this is another situation where if you run into someone, and run into is actually one of our phrasal verbs that we'll be covering more in detail. And I believe we already have a short talking about running into each other. But running into each other means that you didn't plan to meet, right? You just see someone that you happen to know, and you see each other and you're like, oh, hi, nice to run into you. It means that seeing them wasn't planned. So in this situation, well, it was nice to run into each other and catch up. And then, funny enough, catch up is another phrasal verb. So catching up in this situation just means that you haven't seen them in a while. It means that you're behind on their news, their information, their life, and you're catching up. So we actually use the word catch up this way a lot. When you haven't seen someone in a while, you catch up. Or if you want to meet someone, like a friend, you haven't seen them in a while, you can say, hey, do you want to catch up? It just means spend time together and get the updated news on their life. So actually, I love this example sentence because we have 2 different phrasal verbs here. Each one of these phrasal verbs has several meanings that are totally different depending on the situation. So it's a very good example to see how common these phrasal verbs are in English. Okay, so anyway, this one, because you haven't seen this person in a while, you happen to run into them unplanned, it sounds like you might not see them again because it's not someone you see often. So we have catch you later because it's a general goodbye. So repeat after me. Let's shadow. Well, it was nice to run into each other and catch up. Catch you later. And a little bit faster. Well, it was nice to run into each other and catch up. Catch you later. Perfect. All right, and then one more. This one's an easy one to finish on and drive our point home. So, I'll see you at the meeting today. Sounds good. See you later. So, here, you're definitely seeing them today again. So, you're seeing them soon. So it's very natural to say see you later because you are literally seeing them again. And with this, again, catch you later is not wrong, but see you later is very natural. If you said, I'll see you at the meeting today, sounds good, catch you later. Catch you later sounds like the person is like leaving, it kind of creates some distance. It's not as good. See you later is better. So, let's shadow. I'll see you at the meeting today. Sounds good. See you later. Let's do it really fast. I'll see you at the meeting today. Sounds good. See you later. And honestly, a native speaker might even say it way faster than that. See you at the meeting today. Sounds good. See you later. We talk like that. It's too fast. Okay. Perfect. So hopefully that covers see you later versus catch you later. I think that if you watch TV shows or American dramas in English, you'll probably start hearing catch you later quite a bit because it's pretty common, and I'm sure you already know see you later pretty well. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think we're in good shape, and let's move on to our words of the day. So I'll start by saying our first 2 words of the day that we did this week are really common. So if you don't know these, I recommend memorizing them right now and then listening for them in English because I think you'll hear them a lot. So down to earth is a very common way that we describe someone who is relatable. And it's a good thing. This is a compliment if somebody is down to earth. It's a very nice thing to say to someone. And sometimes we use it like in our first example sentence here. She's super famous now, but she's still the same down to earth girl I grew up with. So if somebody becomes famous or they are very successful, then there's the belief that sometimes they aren't as nice, right? Like they think they're special, or maybe they think they're better than other people. But if they stay down to earth, it's a compliment. Like they don't think they're better than everyone, even though they're famous. They're still normal. They're still relatable. They're still kind. So that is what we use down to earth for most of the time. Or if you just like someone because they're very down to earth, like they give good advice, they're wise, they're easy to be around. It's a very general compliment. So let's shadow with our 2 example sentences here. And they're a bit long, so we'll do slow and then we'll try to do faster. Repeat after me. She's super famous now, but she's still the same down-to-earth girl I grew up with. She's super famous now, but she's still the same down-to-earth girl I grew up with. And next, I like him because he's very down to earth. He helps me stay grounded when I worry too much. And faster, I like him because he's very down to earth. He helps me stay grounded when I worry too much. And actually, this is a phrase where when we say it fast, we change the pronunciation a little bit because we smash it together. So let's practice it one time. Instead of down to earth, we say it like down to earth. The 2, it almost goes like duh. Down to earth. Down to earth. Repeat one more time, really fast. Down to earth. I always try to be down to earth because it's a really nice compliment. Okay, good job. So next, laid back. This one is probably even more common than down to earth. And usually it's a compliment as well because if someone's laid back, they're relaxed. It's the opposite of being uptight. And do you know what uptight means? Uptight is it's being so particular about things, right? Someone who's uptight, they find a lot of small problems. You know, they think things have to be a certain way. Laid back is the opposite. So somebody who's laid back is generally relaxed. So usually it's a compliment with certain, a few times it's not. So the only times I would say it's not a compliment is when, let's say someone is too laid back for their job. Like maybe it's a job where you have to work really, really hard and you have a lot of tight deadlines. Maybe someone is too laid back if they aren't working hard enough, right? Like they're a little too relaxed. But in general, it's usually a good thing. And then sometimes we use laid back to describe something like an atmosphere or an event. So if you ask someone, how was the meeting? They might say, oh, the meeting was good. It was really laid back. It means everyone was kind of relaxed, having a good time. It wasn't stressful. Generally a good thing. Okay. So let's practice our sentences, starting slow and then going faster. So repeat after me. My boss is super laid back. He doesn't care when we start work as long as we finish everything. My boss is super laid back. He doesn't care when we start work as long as we finish everything. So in this sentence, it's a compliment because they like that their boss is laid back. So he trusts them, he lets them manage their own work. Most people like having a laid back boss. Okay, next sentence. Repeat after me. Let's go somewhere laid back for drinks, where we can actually hear each other talk. Let's go somewhere laid back for drinks, where we can actually hear each other talk. So in this situation, let's go somewhere laid back. They want to go to a place to have drinks where the atmosphere is relaxed. They can relax, they can talk, have a nice time. It's not loud. There's not a lot of people. So, laid back, down to earth. Make sure to learn those because you'll start hearing them in English a lot. I feel confident about that. Okay. So our next word is couch potato. So a little less common, but still common enough. You'll hear it in TV. And a couch potato literally just means like sitting on your couch like a potato. Like a potato means being lazy, right? It's actually kind of a synonym for someone who's a little bit lazy. It's like they sit there and they don't do anything. But sometimes it's in a cute way, like if you want to relax all weekend, you don't want to work, you want to sit and watch TV, you can say, I just want to be a couch potato. All right, so let's go through our examples. Repeat after me. Stop being such a couch potato. Let's go for a walk or something. Stop being such a couch potato. Let's go for a walk or something. Next, repeat after me. My husband has turned into a total couch potato since he bought that huge TV. My husband has turned into a total couch potato since he bought that huge TV. Okay, and last one. I was a real couch potato during the winter break. I barely left my bed. I was a real couch potato during the winter break. I barely left my bed. Yeah. So this is a fun one, and it's best to be used in kind of a cute, teasing way, right? Okay. And busybody. So this is another fun, it's kind of a cute word, but you want to be careful not to tell someone they're a busybody directly, right? It's really used when you're talking about someone else who's not there because it's complaining a little bit. So a busybody is just someone who gets into everyone else's business. That's really all it means. They gossip, they ask too many personal questions. That's a busybody. So let's jump into our examples. Repeat after me. I don't want to sound like a busybody, but I noticed you've been coming home really late lately. Is everything okay? I don't want to sound like a busybody, but I noticed you've been coming home really late lately. Is everything okay? Yeah, so in this situation, you're saying, I don't want to sound like a busybody. So basically, that means you're about to ask kind of a personal question, right? Or you're about to get into their business. Okay. Next, repeat after me. Stop being such a busybody and mind your own business. Stop being such a busybody and mind your own business. So, if you can't tell, this is kind of a rude thing to say. You know, you might hear it if people are fighting, or you might hear it in a movie. Okay, and then next, repeat after me. My aunt is a total busybody. She's always giving me career advice I never asked for. My aunt is a total busybody. She's always giving me career advice I never asked for. So I would say this last sentence here about the aunt, this is kind of the most common usage, right? When someone's complaining that another person is always getting into people's business. Like, they're such a busybody. All right, and then last one, and we're a little over time, so if you're still with me, thank you. Last is bossy. So bossy just means someone who bosses people around, right? That's where it comes from, bossy. It's telling people what to do. And we actually use it often with kids. Like, we'll say kids are bossy, right? The kind of kid that tells people what to do. But you can also use it to anyone. Like, stop being so bossy if someone's just telling you what to do. So let's shadow repeat after me. Stop being so bossy. I know how to do my job, so just let me handle it. Stop being so bossy. I know how to do my job, so just let me handle it. All right, and last sentence. My older sister used to be really bossy when we were kids, always making me do her chores. One more time. My older sister used to be really bossy when we were kids, always making me do her chores. All right, everyone. We got through everything today. So, thank you so much for joining, and we'll have our next material up tomorrow, which will be phrasal verbs. So, looking forward to it. In the meantime, I hope you all have such a great week. Thanks so much.